Hey everyone, welcome back to the range. My name is Matt from the future. Looking through my project files, it looks like I forgot to record the intro for a few of my videos, so I figured we'd go and knock those out of the way so I could get these projects done. I think a majority of the footage for this was recorded in 2022. We have a very popular caliber to test today in 300 Blackout. This is from S&B or Sellier and Bellot. Someone please correct me in the comments below. This is a 110 grain expanding copper TXRG. In full transparency, this was provided to me by Sam at SG Ammo. He has been a huge supporter of the channel over the years, and a lot of the import ammunition that he gets in, he will send my way so we can do a review on. So when you guys are looking at making these purchases, you can see what this particular bullet is going to do ballistic wise. Let's throw him on the table and talk about what we're going to do today. For our 300 Blackout testing, we have 3 barrel lengths afforded to us, a 7.5 inch, 10.5 inch, and 16. I feel that encompasses a good majority of the barrels on the market. There are definitely shorter and or longer, but I feel those are the most common. We're going to collect our velocity through those different barrel lengths. We're going to check a practical accuracy of this round, and we're actually going to throw this in gel to see how it compares to other 110 grain ballistic tip offerings on the market like our TSX. Up first we have our 7.5 inch PSA upper Yankee Hill single port QD muzzle brake. Not too shabby, got lock back on those. And now our 10.5 inch upper, another Palmetto State Armory build. We got our Peacock lower on here. A little over 2,000 feet per second, not too bad. And finally our 16 inch, again, another Palmetto State Armory build. Most of all my builds are from them. Oh, is that it? Did not get a lock back on that last round. Like I said, these are a 110 grain loading, and these are just a touch slower than a 125 that we chronographed on the same day. Here is our 110 grain S&B 300 Blackout. Now, this is where I may have to come back on a different day. We may have to try the 16 inch, but this is our 10.5 inch upper in our lead sled with our Arc-N optics, 24 power, first focal plane, so I can see the target very well with that kind of magnification at 100 yards. 2.695 inches. This is probably the worst grouping load that I've had today. This is the same day that I also tested the Sergeant Major and the Ammo Inc. So it could just be that that 110 grain bullet is not designed for long range accuracy. It may be a 50 to 25 yard load. I do have the same bullet offered in 308, and I will be testing that at some point, so we'll have to see what kind of accuracy potential that has. But this is why I always say your mileage may vary. I do believe that that barrel is a 1 in 8 twist. While we have the opportunity, I have a fresh 6x6x16 clear ballistics gel block down there that we're going to run a shot from each barrel length in it to see how it performs. I have a feeling that it should do very nicely. This particular bullet is very much ideal for a supersonic load in our 300 Blackout. We'll start with a 7.5 inch. Hopefully our height over bore is correct at about 2 inches. That was a good jump of that block. Nice block jump. Whew, gas to the face. Woo! Good energy transfer on that block down there. Now this is what we like to see. Very, very short neck. About an inch on all three shots. This one down here was our 7.5 inch. This one was our 16. In the middle was the 10.5. Very interesting that the 7.5 inch kind of like started to spiral up. Our penetration on that is at the 20 inch mark right there. Out to the 22 inch is the 10.5 inch, and the 16 is right at the 19. Very, very ideal, I think, in a 300 Blackout load. Could maybe use a little more expansion and limit penetration, but you know, 18 inches is pretty darn good. You know, when you introduce barriers, that could reduce overall penetration on some of these rounds. But this is another one of those copper wonders. Very, very nice. Here's a top-down shot, the 16 inch and the 10.5 inch. It looks like the 16 inch is giving us a lot larger wound cavity up front. There is debate on the validity of clear ballistics gel versus organic gel, so the results that you see here should only be compared against other clear ballistics gel shots. Maybe Andrew over at ar15.com/a chopping block can run some of these in organic gel. I'll send him some if he wants. But I would say very much ideal if you were going to use a supersonic load in 300 Blackout. There are our marching orders, our 7.5 inch, 10.5 inch, and 16. You can see the velocity gain from each barrel length is causing more of the bullet to open up and expanding out those petals. Very, very nice. Not even sure I need macros on those because you can see the beauty of those from this far away. Well, folks, that concludes another ammunition review over here at the range. A huge thank you, as always, to Sam at S.G. Ammo for working with me to get our hands on some of this ammunition to test, especially some of this imported stuff, because there's not a lot of information about it. As I said in the gel test summary results, I think something like this in 300 Blackout is ideal in our supersonic loading when you need something that is going to expand and penetrate to adequate depths to provide us with good thermal performance in a personal protection or self-defense load. We had good function in all three of our barrel lengths that we use in our 300 Blackout, although my sample size is small. But if I have any issues in my smaller sample sizes, usually that is an indication of a problem. Accuracy-wise, though, your mileage may vary. You know, drop me a comment below if you've gotten some good accuracy out of a 110 grain copper loading in your particular setup. That's why I always say your mileage may vary. I'll have to annotate or add to our spreadsheet here at the end if I get a chance to shoot the last box of this at 100 yards or any further for groups. With all that being said, it's time for me to get the heck out of here. But at the end of all my videos, I take a moment to thank all those who help make these possible. Number one is my Patreon and Subscribe Star fans. I have my link tree in the description below with various ways to contact me, ask me any questions, or support me either through Patreon or Subscribe Star or any affiliate links. Number two, again, is Sam at SG Ammo. He's been a huge support of the channel over the years. Number three is Palmetto State Armory. They're another supporter of our channel. Pretty much a majority of my ARs and all my various calibers come from them because I need to spread my dollars as far as they can go when I'm doing this testing, because I need 4 or 5 different barrel lengths. And number four is you all for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you at the range.